helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to a bonus episode of Rope Drop Radio. This is Doug, and I'm here with my family, Michelle, Samantha, Alden, and Claire, and we're going to talk a little bit about our recent Disney Mediterranean cruise and talk about the actual ship part of the cruise. There was some things that were new for us. We've been on the Magic 3 times now. Is that right, Michelle?
Yep.
3 times. We were just on it in October, so we didn't talk about it much on the regular show, but there were some things that were unique about this cruise. Michelle, why don't you start off with one thing that we did that was different than usual?
So usually on the Magic, we have one stateroom, and it's usually a balcony because it sleeps 5, and that's the only option for us. But for this stateroom, we actually did 2 inside staterooms, and they connected. So we had 2 bathrooms, which was amazing.
Awesome.
We had more beds than normal. So the kids stayed in one room and we stayed in the other. And then our stateroom host was amazing.
Yes.
And it was the best one we've ever had.
Ever.
And I told him he was like a ninja in the night and in the day.
He was the cleaning ninja of our staterooms.
Yeah,
and
we never saw him, but our room was always done whenever we wanted it to be done.
it was pretty amazing, and he was really quick and efficient. All right, what are some other highlights of the cruise? How about characters on the ship? Samantha?
I got to meet Captain Marvel, but neither of my siblings did because they're babies or something. I don't really know.
I don't know. They wandered around with me at that moment.
Played shuffleboard.
Oh, we went and played shuffleboard.
Because it was never open.
But she asked me what my superpower was. I said reading. She told me I can build spaceships for her.
From reading? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I met Captain Minnie.
And Captain Minnie, have you guys met Captain Minnie before?
No.
No. So that was new
Taylor.
on this one. Claire, did you meet lots of characters too? All the usual ones? Did we meet any in different outfits?
We met Italy.
They're in their Italian outfits
Kind of
on the cruise.
Daisy was in a purple dress.
Daisy had a purple dress for her Italian outfit.
Shirt.
Purple shirt.
They were
I guess she
lacking.
never wears pants, so she's not going to wear a dress, is she? What, Samantha?
They were lacking on the Italian. It looked more German.
I don't know if you know what traditional Italian or German wear is exactly.
Italian
Jeans and a white
normal.
So maybe you're not the best expert. Jeans and a white t-shirt. That would be if they were dressed like modern day Italians, not historical. Michelle, what do you think of the characters?
Well, normally the Europe sailings are 7 nights or longer. And we do this thing where even in Alaska, we did a 5-night instead of a 7-night. So we cut it a little short. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see the France characters, which I was super disappointed about. That's who I really wanted to meet.
We did stop in France. There was really no reason not to.
No.
I mean, they were out the week before.
Yeah.
Why not get them out while we were there and on the 5-night? All right, activities. We did some trivia on it, and we always kind of get to know the cruise staff. Every cruise we go on, we feel like they're a huge part of what makes Disney different. And we got to meet Samantha, one of the cruise staff, and she's great. She did some trivia that we did not do very well in. Because what did she make us? What else did we had to put the year
Of the
the
song.
movie came out. So you had to name the song, the movie, and the release year. That was
hot.
Of the original.
that was slightly evil, right? Yeah. And then, Alden, why don't you have a story. You interacted with one of the cruise staff before the trivia that we actually won. Who was that?
Guy. He also was on our Bermuda cruise.
Yep.
So, I went up to deck 11 to get a drink for me and my mom. And I come back down and he has an audio, like one of those audio tour things from...
Somebody evidently left it in the promenade lounge, a little
left there.
headphone.
Yeah. And he was like, you want a free headphone? Here you go.
That was a very abridged version of the story.
That was a really sad story.
But Guy,
When we won, he said, Alden, come up and get the medals. He's 11 and he's annoying.
Yep, because all 11-year-olds are annoying. So obviously there was more to the story because Guy knew how old Alden was.
Andy was from Kansas, and we're from Nebraska.
So there was conversation about that.
We knew where he was from.
Yep.
And there are only 4 medals, so that was his medal.
Yep.
He just wore that.
Alden wasn't really a winner. He got the leftover audio bud from a tour group as his winnings.
That only has one side.
Yeah, it only has one side. Because all those big tour groups, they all walk around with the earbud in, and that's how they hear their tour guide.
Adventures by Disney.
Yeah, all of the big groups. We were fortunate enough to get to go with the little just our family, but that was the excursions. I talked enough about that on the regular cruise. Did you guys enjoy the pools on this cruise? Did your parents allow you to swim?
Oh, we swam twice, actually.
Yeah, 2 times. That's probably 2 more times than normal. Your parents usually don't let you swim very much on cruises, do they?
It's a world record. We swam the day we got on and then the day in Cannes.
Yeah. So we swam in the Mediterranean, and then got back on, swam some more. How many times did you do the aqua dunk?
I did it 6 times in a row on the first day. Well, because there's no line.
Yeah. Did you do it the second time?
Once.
Just once, Sam?
I have no clue how many times.
You did it more than he did, right?
Yep, but not in
Yeah.
a row. She didn't do it in a row. She went to
I
the twisted.
feel like she did it plenty in a row. Claire, how many times did you do the aqua dunk?
0.
0 times for Claire. Did any of you go over to the twist and spout slide?
No.
Yes.
Sam
I
did?
didn't.
Did you do the aqua dunk?
I did the aqua dunk multiple times. Yeah, I did it until I was tired of going up the steps because there was no line. That was on our can day. Just one kid up there not going down the slide, and then I convinced him to go down the slide. And later, 2 days later, he called me out and said it was scary. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, that was the swimming. Shell, anything else stand out on the cruise? How about the merchandise that was specific to the Mediterranean? Thoughts?
It was interesting. Usually, at least for the Bermuda one, too, it just kind of gets a little bit wacky and
That
out
was
there.
a little gaudy. Almost.
Yeah, a little gaudy, that's the word. Yeah, but don't worry, we still got plenty of it.
Yeah, they still managed to
Doug got a
get
cup,
us. I
and
got a cup.
I got an ornament.
I'm not sure.
I got a shirt. I got a polo.
Not from the Mediterranean,
Yeah,
was it?
yeah,
Oh,
this
it was,
is Mediterranean.
Yeah, a Nike polo.
It actually doesn't say Mediterranean.
It
I
says
don't
the
know if it-
magic of Europe.
Yeah, it does. None of it said Mediterranean.
Because that way they can use
They
it on
can,
the Northern
yeah,
Europe
right
ones.
now the Mediterranean's up in Northern Europe, so they're still able to use the same merchandise for Mediterranean and Northern Europe. So, they're sneaky like that. Food-wise, was it identical to Bermuda, do we think?
They did different rotations because they were
Yeah,
trying a
they
couple
mixed up the
different things.
rotation thing.
You just never know what you're going to get with a 5-night.
Where they stick the rotational dining. So this time they did the welcome aboard menu the first night, and then the second night they did their international menu, which I've never really thought was anything to write home about.
Usually that's when they do the first night of the rotational dining on a 5-night.
And then we did the 3 nights of rotational dining. So that meant on Pirate Night we had rotational dining instead of the Pirate Night menu, which isn't a big loss. Nobody's sad about that. The only downfall there is we were in Animator's Palette
We wanted the hats.
on Pirate Night. Oh, you guys wanted hats. And we could have had the pirate stuff on the screens. Our timed out. It would have been perfect to have animators on Pirate Night. But nope, they did rotational dining then. And we got a different show. So there's 2 different Rapunzel shows. One with the thugs, one's the birthday, something like that. And so on Bermuda, we saw the thugs. And then on this one, it was just the birthday. There were no thugs. Yes, Samantha?
I vote thugs. It's much better than the
Lot
birthday
more.
one.
I feel like there's a better way to describe it. I just don't know what.
There's
The
got to
thug
be a
one-
better
the
name.
thugs break down the door. It's
Yeah, I thought
Thug
somebody was
face.
going to get smashed, but then apparently it was just no thugs.
Because in Bermuda, the thugs harassed Alden. And let's be honest, that was a highlight for everyone when Alden gets harassed. Right, girls?
on any cruise.
On any cruise, Alden being harassed is the highlight. So we got... How about... Did we do room service at all? We didn't.
we did
in
in
the
the
morning.
morning for breakfast.
Oh, yeah, we did that
I was
on...
the only one that would have seen the person.
Yeah, we were all in
deliver it.
bed. So we did that on our port days. just the 2 port days where we did Florence and Rome. But for Cannes, we went up and ate at Cabanas with
Chicken tenders.
everybody else. What about chicken tenders, Alden?
The boats. We call them chicken tenders because they're tender boats.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the dining. It has more to do with the port in Cannes, you have to tender, and the kids call it chicken tenders.
Well, it gives you more time to go up to eat at Cabana.
It is, because we did not book an excursion for Cannes. There was lots of options. We could have definitely gotten off 7 a.m. super early, but we did not. We chose to take it easy that day. So there's the dining. Yeah. We covered the merchandise, our rooms. How do we like being on deck 2? What was that? We're used to, like, on the Magic, we've always been on deck 8 because that's the only place families of 5 fit. They've converted some of the family of 5 rooms into concierge level, so there's even less, which drives the family of 5 room price up really fast. So we're down on deck 2. Thoughts on deck 2, Samantha?
I liked having my own bed that is not a twin bed for the first time in a long time.
Yes. The girls have bunk beds at home, and it's devastating.
Deck 2 was okay on the Magic. I think on the
Dream and the Fantasy
would be too low.
But
we still did a lot of steps because the elevators are small on the Magic.
But let's be honest, by the time we got to the cruise for our European vacation, there was no steps at all. We were step climbers, but the stairs were no problem. Hey, we didn't have luggage going up and down those steps. So, yeah, the Magic could use some bigger elevators in general, especially on like embarkation or debarkation day where we did express walk-off. Yeah, we just barely fit. So, all right, any last thoughts on the cruise itself? Nothing? Going once, going twice. All right, that's been a bonus episode of Rope Drop Radio from the whole McKnight crew. Thank you for listening to Rope Drop Radio.